Long ago, when animals spoke like humans and the moon watched over the earth every night, there lived a tortoise named Kanu. Kanu wasn't the biggest animal in the forest. He wasn't the strongest. He wasn't the fastest. But he believed he was the cleverest creature ever born. Everyone admired his intelligence. Yet no one knew that his greatest weakness was greed. One year, a terrible drought struck the land. The rivers dried up. The crops withered. The animals and villagers grew weaker with each passing day. Desperate for help, the elders gathered beneath the ancient baobab tree and prayed for rain. That night, the moon appeared brighter than ever. A gentle voice echoed across the silent village. Moon, when your people learn to share without greed, the rains shall return. The oldest elder awoke and told everyone what he had heard. The next morning, every family brought something to the village square. Some offered yams, others brought corn, beans, fruit, or vegetables. They placed everything into one large clay pot. Anyone who was hungry could take only what they needed. Soon, kindness spread throughout the village. No one slept hungry, or so they believed. Hidden behind the bushes, Kanu watched with a sly smile. Kanu, whispering, "If everyone is giving, surely I deserve a little more than everyone else." That night, while the village slept, Kanu quietly crept to the clay pot. He took one handful. The next night, 2 handfuls, then baskets. Soon he had filled a secret cave with stolen food. Each morning the villagers kept adding more, never realizing someone was stealing from them. One evening, a young orphan named Amina walked to the pot. She smiled with hope, but when she looked inside, only a few grains remained. She lowered her head and walked home hungry. High above, the moon watched in silence. That night, Kanu returned for more. As he reached into the pot, he stopped. Inside the empty clay pot, he saw his own reflection. But something was different. The reflection smiled. Reflection, take just one more handful. Greed blinded Kanu. He reached deeper and deeper until he slipped. Crash! He fell headfirst into the pot. When he climbed out, his shell was covered with deep cracks. Scene 7. Panicking, Kanu rushed back to his secret cave. He laughed, "My food is safe." But as he opened the baskets, his smile disappeared. The yams had become stones. The corn had turned into sand. The fruit had dried into empty shells. Every stolen meal was gone. Only then did Kanu understand. The moon had not stolen his food. It had stolen the happiness that greed could never keep. The next morning, Kanu carried every empty basket back to the village. With tears in his eyes, he bowed before everyone. "Kanu, I thought being clever meant taking more than others. Now I know true wisdom means making sure everyone has enough. Please forgive me." The villagers looked at one another. Then the elder stepped forward. "Elder, a mistake admitted with honesty deserves a chance to be corrected." They forgave him. Together, the villagers filled the clay pot once more. Everyone shared. No one was selfish. As the sun disappeared behind the hills, dark clouds gathered overhead. Thunder echoed across the land. Then, rain, gentle at first, then heavy. For 7 days and 7 nights, the rivers filled, the crops returned, children danced in the puddles, and high above, the moon shone brighter than ever. And that is why the elders say the cracks on a tortoise's shell are reminders that greed always leaves a mark. Remember, a clever mind may fill your hands for a day, but a generous heart can feed a whole village for generations. The end.